Hi, Neville here from Guitarist with a demo of PRS's stunning McCarty 594 guitar. This is PRS's most concerted effort yet to sound like a genuine vintage single cut, but in the double cut format. So to that end, we have a mahogany and maple bodied guitar. It's slightly thicker than usual, so there's a bit more mahogany to maple ratio. It's beautiful top. It's slightly understated in certain respects. It's got a kind of T-burst, faded cherry sunburst kind of look to it. Lovely dark rosewood fingerboard with the original style full block birds. It's got round the back, it's got the phase 3 open back tuners, but they've added another screw, and Paul Reed Smith reckons that this changes the tone of the tuners and indeed the guitar quite radically. He reckons it's one of those tiny bits that brings a whole guitar together to add that vintage sound. They're great tuners, and during our demo the guitar hasn't slipped out of tune once. It's been really solid. The pickups are PRS's 5815s, and these are a suffix LT, which is low turns. It means that they're, like the vintage pickups were, actually not the most powerful humbuckers. They're evenly matched. That one isn't darker or more powerful than this one, which Paul says is an unusual thing for PRS. Beautiful hardware, aluminium and brass stud tailpiece with a quick release mechanism here, so that's a doddle to do. Lovely Tunematic style bridge with the brass saddles and brass thumb nuts there. PRS has reverted to the, I'm really pleased about this, to the old Gibson style of knob arrangement. Gibson have always had it so that with the switch down, there's your volume and tone for your bridge pickup. Switch up, volume and tone for your neck pickup. Now, there's a logic in that. PRS had their own logic, which they tried to dictate, but in fact, you know, if Gibson had been doing it for 70 years, then there's not a great deal wrong with it. So I'm glad that they've done that on this guitar. It suits my style of playing, and I'm used to Gibson style guitars. Also, the toggle switch being up there, it's got that, everything's in the playing arc, so there's your switch, there's your controls. Everything makes an awful lot of sense, and it's a beautifully built, beautifully put together, and it just, the whole thing about this guitar hangs together right. It feels great, it looks great, and it does what PRS says it does on the tin. It does sound very vintage. On our demo we've gone straight into a 2-rock Cardiff amp, very simple amp, and we didn't use any effects on the neck pickup at all, but on the bridge pickup we just stuck it through a tube screamer to give a bit more grit. Very little else, some nice delay, and that was it. So it was a simple guitar into a simple amp with a very simple setup, and it just sounded right. And we like this guitar a lot.